Hi, this is Vishal Verma. So today's topic is atmospheric stability and instability, which belongs from the unit climatology of the subject geography. So let's start. So my approach to teach will be, first I will discuss the origin of the topic, then I will introduce the major keywords so that it can build a strong foundation to understand the concept clearly. Then I will explain the concept using table, flowcharts, diagrams and whatever the relevant examples. Then we will summarize the topic and connect all the major points, and at the end we will discuss the previous year questions related to the topic, and after that we will take the doubts. So the major keywords which are used to explain the topic atmospheric stability and instability are as follows. Atmospheric stability, instability, air masses, air column, frontogenesis, convection, environmental lapse rate, adiabatic lapse rate, heat budget, precipitation, dew point, temperature gradient and few more. These are the major 10-11 keywords, so I will explain them in a brief manner, then we will shift to the topic. So the atmospheric stability in a very precise manner is stable atmosphere of the earth which is less variable with respect to space, time and distance, and these atmospheric stability means it opposes the vertical movement of the air masses. That means air masses is resisted to move in upward or downward direction. Then atmospheric instability is just opposite to atmospheric stability. Atmospheric instability, high variability in weather is observed with respect to space, time and distance, and it promotes vertical movement. For example, storm may occur due to atmospheric instability, and it shows the unstable atmosphere of the earth. Then we have air mass. Air mass is simply large volume of air which has uniform characteristics all over the air mass. These characteristics may be the temperature, humidity, pressure, or you can call humidity vapor content also, or moisture. And the air masses are mainly of four types: polar, tropic, continental and maritime. The next keyword is air column. Air column is simply pressure of air at any particular space, we call it air column. Then we have frontogenesis. Frontogenesis is important keyword. Frontogenesis means development and intensification of any frontal boundaries between adjacent air masses. It happens through the tightening of horizontal temperature gradient. I will explain this. Frontogenesis also lead to generation of cold and warm front. Frontogenesis, front means we form warm front and cold front, and genesis means something which leads to origination. So in frontogenesis, front are formed. Fronts which is related to geography and specifically to climatology, that is warm front and cold front. And it is the convert. Frontogenesis is the region where two different air masses of different characteristics combined. Then we have convection. Convection is simply the transfer of heat by mass motion in a vertical manner. Convection usually occurs in a vertical manner, and it occurs due to difference in density of two regions. Example, rising of air from ground due to warming. When air gets warmed at the ground, it rises in the atmosphere, and this happens due to the phenomena of convection. We also call it convective uplift of air. The same happens in ocean also. Then we call it convection current in ocean, which leads to replacing of denser water mass by lighter or warmer water mass in the ocean. Then we have environmental lapse rate and adiabatic lapse rate. These are the mainly two lapse rate which is used to explain the different types of stability and instability in the atmosphere. Environmental lapse rate is simply the rate of change in temperature which is noticed when we move in upward direction in the atmosphere, and these changes are observed around any parcel of air or any cloud. And this is environmental lapse rate is decoded as ELR, and it leads to atmospheric stability and instability. The average environmental lapse rate which occurs in troposphere is 6.5 degree Celsius per kilometer elevation. That means when we go in the upward direction. And ELR stands to 0 when temperature is constant with elevation. For example, when we go in upward direction like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, the temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, 10, then ELR is 0. ELR becomes positive when temperature decreases with elevation. Like at the bottom temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, but then when we go in the upward direction, temperature becomes 8 degrees Celsius, then 5 degrees Celsius. In the same ratio, the elevation also increases, like 100 meter, 200 meter, 300 meter, then ELR becomes positive. The ELR becomes negative when temperature increases with elevation. This phenomena is very crucial in atmospheric instability, and it is also known as temperature inversion. That means that elevation is increasing but temperature is also increasing, so it leads to negative value of ELR, environmental lapse rate. Then we have adiabatic lapse rate. Adiabatic lapse rate are mainly of three types: dry adiabatic lapse rate, saturated adiabatic lapse rate, and super adiabatic lapse rate. Two are the main component, like dry and saturated adiabatic lapse rate. First I will explain the word adiabatic. Adiabatic means change in temperature, pressure and volume in the vertical movement without the exchange of outer atmosphere. That means the in the same parcel of air, the temperature, pressure and volume is increasing or decreasing, or any change is occurring, then we call it adiabatic. And when it happens in the air, we call it adiabatic change in air. So this is the adiabatic lapse rate. Dry adiabatic lapse rate is rate at which unsaturated or dry air cools adiabatically. That means in the same parcel of air or any cloud when rises through the atmosphere. That means when air cools adiabatically and it goes in the upward direction. The value of dry adiabatic lapse rate is 9.8 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Then we have saturated adiabatic lapse rate. It means cooling of rising air parcel adiabatically. That means air is going in the upward direction but it is cooling in the same ratio. And when the air is cooling, that means it is releasing heat. Anything which is cooling, it releases heat. That in saturated adiabatic lapse rate, it releases the latent heat of vaporization, so the cooling effect occurs. And in the super adiabatic lapse rate, the temperature decreases when the altitude increases. That means here it is inverse relationship, and it happens in intense heating zone, either land or sea, where heat is so much, so super adiabatic lapse rate occur. And super adiabatic lapse rate is always greater than dry adiabatic lapse rate. Reason behind this is because of heat energy added to the rising air parcel. Here heat is more than the heat present in dry adiabatic lapse rate. Then we have keyword heat budget. Heat budget is also an important keyword. The heat budget of earth, when we use heat budget, we sometimes use it in synonyms with energy budget. And with respect to earth, the heat budget of earth is determined by the net flow of energy into the earth which comes in the short wave radiation from the sun, and the energy which is radiated from the earth into the space in form of long wave radiation. Energy comes in the short wave radiation and it is emitted in the form of long wave radiation. It is also the energy budget. Like heat budget is energy budget because heat is a form of energy only. Then we have precipitation. Precipitation is simply the forms of water falling on the earth. It may be liquid or it may be snow, hail, drizzle, sleet or anything. Sometimes whatever the droplets are falling towards the earth, it gets evaporated in the atmosphere itself. The dew point, the temperature at which air must be cooled for saturation, it is called dew point. it is very simple concept. The dew point temperature is the temperature at which air must be cooled for saturation. That means no more temperature, heat or anything can be added to the air. It is measured by dew point hygrometer and at dew point temperature relative humidity is 100%. These are the facts you have to learn. Then temperature gradient is the change in temperature over a particular distance between two specified location is called temperature gradient. That means when place or when gradient changes, the temperature also changes, and it shows the direction of temperature change.